So I think I need to speak on this the last time, because one of the most interesting music critic YouTuber out here has said something to me that I found very dumbfounding and very uncharacteristic of his actions. The person I'm speaking about is known as Shawn Cee, but to me, I think he should be called Shawn Sheep for rolling with the rest of the herd and believing this mob mentality that Tory shot Meg, without looking at the true circumstantial evidence to see what really went down. And even he made this clear in this video, but yet, despite that, he decided to go through with making that video. Shawn, you just made a big mistake, and it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass when November 18th passes away. You're gonna reflect on this and realize that you was stupid, because things ain't really what it seems, and there's a reason why. Okay? Now, understand that Tory Lanez the past 2 years hasn't been Tory Lanez. He hasn't been Argentina Fargo. He hasn't been Daystar Peterson. To me, he's just a fabrication of a lie. Alright? That's why the album's called Daystar. You wouldn't need to make an album under your name to prove a point. You don't need that. Your word itself should be good enough. To me, Tory has lost all steam and lost all confidence within himself, despite the fact that he is still defending himself and really is speaking the truth. He doesn't have enough confidence in himself anymore to really push that fact, and it shows with the type of music he made in that album. Nothing but sound bites when it comes to his singing. Dude really sounds like a terrible whack-off version of The Weeknd. And to me, it's just, he's not really in his true organic sounds. But that's for another video, another story. Hopefully he goes back to his raspy rapping and his smooth and silky singing style that he did back in his come up, and how he sounded during his Fargo Friday days. But either way, what really went down is this. Okay, Tory was on some Playboy stuff. Okay, Meg fell for him, but Tory only wanted to be in a friends with benefit relationship. That's the background. He talks about this in Daystar. Daystar doesn't explain what happened, but explains what led to the situation, what happened, and why he feels like he's being set up for something that he didn't do. Okay, and understand this too, Shawn Cee. Just because one party speaks doesn't mean that they're always right. You're just believing on hearsays, and you're not looking at the evidence. Tory was handling it pretty well until he ran his mouth to Hot New Hip Hop about his streaming numbers, which to me is a bad look. If the whole purpose is to stay quiet, to let the legal issues do the talking for itself instead of running your mouth, kind of defeats the purpose. But either way, that's what the whole album's about. But like I said, as soon as Tory and Meg met, and one of them will mention about losing their parents or losing their mom at the young age, that sparked some flames in Meg's head. She fell for him, but Tory never felt anything for her. He made this clear in the album. You can listen to the lyrics and see what he says. Eventually, Tory has to break things off. So no more spicy nights going over to Meg's crib for, pretty much busting nuts and all that. He mentions how the first time he drives to her house after, putting it down to her, things were different. And obviously, like, for Tory, he's moved on because he's in that Playboy mentality, which to me was whack, but it is what it is. Meg, like I said, when it comes to a woman's heart, it's not easy to get over love. So she still does have feelings for him. And when he comes over, she invites him over to Kylie's party, thinking, okay, maybe we can still hang out and do some fun stuff. That's what she's thinking. In Tory's mind, he's like, Kylie? Oh, I'm definitely going. That's his mindset. All right, to pull my Scooger McGruger's best impersonation, he's like, oh yeah, I'm going. So what does he do? As soon as he gets there, yo, Kylie, what's good? Talking to her, all giving her attention. Meg sees this, gets jealous, doesn't like it, because she wasn't planning for this. She was planning for her and Tory to really just talk and kind of have like a friendly conversation. But the whole time, he's all about trying to get in with Kylie. you see in the IG post where it's Kylie and Meg, as soon as Tory jumps in, you could tell how irritated, how pissed Meg was. It was written on her face. Baby girl can't hide that. But anyways, Meg didn't want to flip out then and there because she didn't want to be disrespectful to Kylie. It was her friend. It was her house and, you know, her party. So she went into the car. Obviously, Kelsey was there. Like I said, Kelsey's her emotional support. She's been like that ever since she lost her parents at a young age. So to her, she really is essentially now, even now, a young, timid girl in the body of a grown woman. She hasn't fully grown up yet, mentally or emotionally. But, you know, obviously physically she has. But she's not there yet. And that's why Kelsey's still there for, you know, there just to pretty much be a confidence boost and all that. So obviously she's in the car talking, whatever. They're getting mad or whatever. Tory says he steps in the car, hears them talking. But he's like, whatever. He gets something, goes back, chills with Kylie. Then eventually he dips, leaves with them. But that's when things get really tricky. And that's when Meg's getting at him for, you know, talking to Kylie way too much and not really just paying attention to him at all. Or like, how could you really just do that after what we went through? And as soon as she mentions that they slept together, Kelsey gets mad because she finds out that Meg's been sleeping with Tory, and she's mad that she kept that away from from her. And Kelsey goes on like, how could you do that? Maybe Kelsey told Meg that she was rocking with Tory. Who knows? Maybe Meg knew, but maybe Meg did some sly shit. You know, we don't really know. But either way, they had a fallout, and it was because Tory was in the middle of it. As this is going on, let's just back it up real quick. So remember how I was telling you how the past 2 years Tory's been fabricating a lie and really just been living a lie, going through these industry trends, biting everybody's sounds. One of the people he bit took what he did on a song called Watch For Your Soul the wrong way, big time. Roddy Ricch. And he definitely did bit Roddy Ricch. I mentioned that in my video reaction, despite all the blind fans that was getting at me for, you know, telling the truth. But either way, check it out. Roddy Ricch tweets out like, you can't be biting harder than this. Tory retaliates saying like, I made this about my dead homie. Why you gotta make it about this and that? It's like, you know, Tory's just, like I said, kind of like, I mean, really, Tory and Meg are made for each other because they're both bypassing the truth like that. That didn't sit well with people who rep Roddy Ricch, because Roddy's from LA, and LA, they hold their own strong. Like, if you go against one of their own, they don't take that politely. So to them, in their eyes, Tory's an outsider. They don't care about his music. They don't really know him. You gotta understand that if you're a fan of Tory Lanez, they don't see that. They see it from their perspective. Like, we fucks with Roddy Ricch, all right? You know, dude was working with Nipsey before he passed away and all that. So obviously, it wouldn't surprise me if some, you know, a few of the goons be plotting out against him. You know, be like, as soon as we catch this dude in LA, we're gonna be really creeping up on him, see what's up. You know, do that talk. That's how it is, man. That's how it is with the street life. But either way, they finally track him. You know, it's not that hard, especially with social media nowadays. But either way, they're trailing Tory. They find him. They got an opportunity to pull a Cousin Harold move, which is basically pulling up side by side in a whip at a red light. And that's where they're like, all right, now we got him. They think that Tory's vulnerable. Like I said, they don't really know him. And if you listen to his music, you get to understand who he's really about. So anyone that says, and I've had to tell artists, or I had to tell his fans this when they come and comment to me saying I don't know him. He does talk about himself, so you really can't say that you know him better than me if you're gonna come at me like that. Either way, they pull up, they try to scare him. He doesn't take it. And like I said, as this is going on, one of the dudes in the car fires a few shots, which leads to the 4 shell casings the LAPD found in their report. Like I said, give me, I haven't said it, but give me your email. If you want to know all the evidence, I'll email you everything that I have. But they try to threaten Tory. Tory wasn't taking it, pulls out his gun, submachine gun. Like I said, Meg is a timid girl. When it comes to being pressured to make, being under pressure, she makes the worst decisions, and she, like, when she's backed in the corner, she freaks out. So, you know, that equals poor decision making when it's in the heat of the moment. So here in this situation, she's in the front passenger side, And that's where she was when the cops pulled them over and Kelsey was in the back seat. Instead of jumping in the back seat, being smart and trying to get out the way, because they're not trying to shoot her, they're trying to get after Tory. If she just jumps in the back seat, avoids all this, she wouldn't have to get hit in the first place. But her dumbass ducks under the console, all right? And her being a tall woman, her legs are obviously sticking out like this. So everyone wants to make fun about Tory being short, but they're not looking at the real evidence. Meg's a tall woman. So guess what? Her legs are still up. So that means her feet is in the way, from Tory's vantage point of trying to shoot the driver. Because in a street sense, if you shoot the driver, you shook everybody. You won. It's kind of like playing chess. You're going after the king, and essentially. He shoots the driver, taking a risk that he could hit Meg. He ends up hitting her. All right, that's how you get that stitch on your heel. All right, on one of them, not on both feet like she tried to say the first time. Obviously, the driver gets hit, gets scared for his life. He swerves out in quick fashion. As soon as that's done, Tory parks his car, puts it in park. And obviously the car's sitting here. He's trying to let the adrenaline cool down. Meg is traumatized. She's scared. She's like looking at her feet, bleeding. She doesn't know what really happened. Yeah. And this is while there's a green light going on and the witness is calling the cops because they heard some shots fired. Being, Hollywood Hills, obviously a lot of apartments and all that. So vantage point isn't always going to be the best when it comes to getting a look at the intersection. Like I said, it was just bad luck. The witness couldn't catch the other car fleeing away, but they saw Tory's car sitting there at a green light. And anyone with common sense, if you see a car sitting at a green light and you just heard shots being fired, that car was involved some way. So the witness did what anyone would have done: take the license plate of that car and give it to the cops, because you never know, maybe they were attacked. So they're like, maybe the cops will help that person. That's how the witness more than likely thought. So either way, the witness doesn't know what's going on, gives that license plate to the cops. A few minutes later, they ended up pulling them over. But this is while Tory's thinking about taking Meg to her place and really trying to fix things up with her, but he never got the opportunity because the cops came and destroyed everything. But like I said, Meg was hurt, Kelsey was hurt. Kelsey knew what really went down because she was in the back seat. She had the best view of what really happened. And she knows that there was another car that was parked adjacent, or that was right there adjacent to them at the red light. And yet, like I said, didn't say anything. Let Tory slide under the bus. So did Meg. It was easy because in this world, females are protected big time. And anytime a female is injured and there's a male that has to be involved, this domestic case is going to blow it up. People on their own will go in and get after Tory. And Meg won't even have to say a damn thing, which is why she didn't say anything until to the point people started catching on and her plan started backfiring on her vendetta. And she ended up having to come out of nowhere, pull her trump card out, be like, okay, looks like I got to use my best card, and had to go and say, yeah, Tory shot me. But she didn't explain what really happened. She just came up with a stupid, really unbelievable story to me. Getting out the car, Tory just gets out the back seat and then shoots her in the in the heel. Here's the thing that Shawn Cee missed, okay? He talks about why should you get back in the car. There's no way that I would there's no way you'd be able to get away if you're being threatened. Well, you forgot this, Shawn Cee. Do you know how powerful a bullet is from a submachine gun if it's gonna hit you in the heel? All right, she's talking about she didn't get hit, no tendons lost or anything. Tory's not a bad shooter, all right? A direct shot, which she's not far away, wouldn't be difficult for him. If he did a direct shot on the heel, like how she said in her story, she wouldn't be walking right now, okay? She would be missing a good chunk of her bone, all right? Muscles and tendons would definitely be severed. This is an Achilles injury, dude, all right? This is what causes NFL players to miss a whole season, a whole year, because they barely would be able to put pressure on that. So keep that in mind. She would still probably be recovering and still learning how to walk right now if she truly got directly shot in the heel. At worst, like I said, the bullet scraped her heel, which caused her to get a stitch. Maybe a piece of metal, because it's hot, got maybe into her heel, like how they had little bits of bullet sharpener and little metal. That's at worst what could have happened. But the driver from the other car took most of the bullet. He got hit. And like I said, with street dudes, more than likely they avoided the hospital. They went to one of the nearby cribs, had that bullet taken out, bandaged up, some ghetto fixer-upper. But either way, you gotta understand how the street life is at and how we could really retaliate when it comes to celebrity lifestyle. So yeah, the shit you see on TV, more than like, sometimes it does get inspired by real stuff that doesn't get leaked out into the world. Nowadays, it's hard to keep your real life, under tuck and undercover, but that's what really happened. And like I said, Tory was defending himself, defending his life. Her foot was in the way. She was drunk, so obviously she wasn't making the best decisions, but even regardless, she's not good at handling pressure in the first place when it's right there in front of her, Social media, I mean, come on. You're safe as hell. Like, no one's gonna really hurt you except with words, and yet she still let that bug her. So obviously when she saw that, she doesn't know anything other than, I gotta hide my head and my body away, not thinking, like, giving a damn that her feet's still dangling in the fucking air and that she's leaving herself vulnerable either way. Like I said, it's some stupid shit. It's the last time I'm really talking about this. All I can say is that if you were a real Tory Lanez fan, there's a lot of them out there. Don't justify his bullshit and try to still find a way to excuse him for it. All right, don't tell me that his music is still popping or still hot. You know that he's been drowning and hurting himself making this type of music, and it's killing him inside in his soul. If you're a real fan, you got to speak up and stand up and preach that Tory needs to go back to his old self. Don't be talking about his music aside. No, stop that. You afraid of people coming after you, and that's why I can't really fucks with y'all, because at the end of the day, y'all gonna be dick riders, and you ain't keeping it honest or hunted. But like, at the end of the day though, if you loyal, you loyal. As long as if you ain't switching up and you still rocking with Tory up to this point, then I know you a real fan. But at the same time, like, understand that dude has been wrong the past 2 years with the approach he's been going on with his music, and he's got to stop it. It's easy to do industry shit, all right? Industry music ain't really that tough. It's basic at best, okay? It ain't nothing hot or popping. Let's keep it real. But that's also given that by Tory's standards and what he's dropped before, he could do way better. And this is below his standards, and you gotta understand that. So in Tory's standards, yeah, the music is trash. But yeah, by industry standards, he's all right. He's solid. He's fire. That's how it is. So keep that in mind. Like, if you really are a fan of his music, let him know. Let him know that he needs to believe in himself again. Because at the end of the day, he shouldn't be worried about his numbers being relevant. He shouldn't have to focus on the industry. More than likely, the dude's already aware of this, and he's still making these moves because he feels like he's got to keep his ship afloat while he's independent. You're not vulnerable while you're independent. If anything, bro, you're at your strongest, and this is the times when you need to really focus on your music. And I'm talking about what you created in the first place, yo, swavy stuff, dog. I always say this for an artist: if you have these 4 things, your 4 pillars, your foundation will never falter. All right? Starts with God, believing in that he created the vision, the path for you, and you got to stay faithful and stick to it. Tory took a detour. He needs to get back onto the same path that God took him. He's going to get there eventually. But, you know what I mean? That's number one and all. You got to believe in God, bro. You can't just tell me and talk about it. You got to really be about it, homie. Believe in it and make your music, which comes to my number 2 point. Believe in your creation. Believe what you made. Believe in your art, homie. Swavy is your art. It's your creation. No one made that but you. The way you sing right here, that smooth and silky voice, that's what God gave you. Use it to its best. Don't be trying to sing like Chris Brown. Don't be trying to sing like The Weeknd. Don't try to sing like anybody else but Tory Lanez. Sing like you. Dog can sing without auto-tune. Don't try to reach. I've already explained videos on how he should handle his vocal progression, where his natural stance is at. Stick with your lows to do your most damage, your flows and all that. Leave the mids and the flows to really show you melodies and let it go. You know what I mean? Go slow with it, and like a harp, you know what I mean? Let the melodies just ring out with them reverbs. Let it be, melodic. That's it. I got nothing else. But his voice, the way he raps, he's got a raspiness. He's got that street texture to him. Let that be natural. Don't feel like you have to be on tune. You have to sound boastful to sound confident. Dog, you're fine the way you is, bro. Just rock with how you is, and you'll be okay. I've seen other artists, Trey Songz, August Alsina, still stick to their ways in spite of how the industry is shaped. Take a lesson or two from these cats, man. They really know what they're doing with their music, and you should follow suit with what they're doing. These are really, in my opinion, the peers you should be working with the most, and the most, I don't want to say intimate, but like the most, like who you should be keeping the closest to you know, outside your day one crew. But anyways, though, you gotta believe in your music for number 2. Number 3, believe in your crew, your day one crew, from your makeup artists to the guys that in there that support your sound, your swavy music. If they ain't rocking with that, they need to get out. That includes a lot of these new people you picked up the past 2 years. Bounce. You gotta do that, bro. You gotta cut some losses to gain some. You know, addition by subtraction. 1 step back to take 3 steps forward. And most importantly, bro, be faithful to, be grateful for your day one fan bases. The people that be really rooting you when you was at your best, when you was at your most potential, bro. That was back then. Like, you gotta realize you can't be competing with these industry cats. You gotta be competing with yourself. You gotta top the best that you've done. Your best work, you know where it's at. You haven't topped it yet. I don't care what anyone says. To me, like some of the newest Chicks tapes, Toronto's, they're not gonna top the older ones. Chicks tape 5 to me is the worst one you've ever dropped, bro. Dude, Toronto 3, same thing, the worst in the series. It's trash compared to the previous installments, because that had more Fargo flair, more you in it, than this industry rip-off version of the real deal. Now, how I think you could really bounce back, take the small steps, bro. First things first, do the new Toronto 3 some justice. How about, now that you're free and independent, drop a Fargo edition of New Toronto 3. Don't worry about Chicks Tape 5. You had your vision, you did what you wanted to do, you got it out of your system. But let's just focus on New Toronto 3. Do a Fargo edition. Come really cold, come really the way you're supposed to come in the first place, as Fargo. And then, after that, step 2, visit another one of your past projects and create a sequel. Not the ones that you thinking that I'm thinking. I'm talking about Cruel Intentions. Bring back that same vibe, where that will help you ignite the spark for creating that swavy sound again, because then you were all about, you know, mixing all different types of genres together, and you were working with producers who were making unique sounds. We did it. You got to get back with people like We Did It, with Noah Breakfast, with Daniel Worthy. I'm missing some names. Obviously C6, keep him in your circle for your bangers. But like the Mechanics, okay? The Mechanics needs to be heavily involved with helping your production once more. As long as they stick with the same mentality that you was back then, you good. You know what I mean? Get back with the people that made your music at its best once more. Work with them again. See where you could take it to the next level. I think Cruel Intentions 2 would be the first introduction to you taking that step. That'll get the momentum starting again like a train. You know what I mean? You can start chugging. And then once you start gaining heat, bro, your momentum, and you're going like this, bro, now you can go and do cause. Go ahead and do cause. And I would say, to cap it all off, make the next studio album that you drop after cause in respect to your debut studio album you did with Benny Blanco. And I think this is the biggest statement album that you could ever drop in your career, and it'd be a big milestone for you. Remember, I told you, you try to tell them that you're going to be the biggest artist in the world. All right? They didn't believe in it. Even you lost belief and faith in it. Time to start believing it again. So you told them once, guess what? Tell them again. Tell it, I'll tell you again. You know what I mean? You got to keep going at it, bro. You got to speak it into existence. After that, you know what I mean? Just see where it takes you. Just continue to go on that path that God made, and just keep walking it. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at other detours. Just continue on that path, bro. You know what I mean? You'll see it. It'll illuminate the way. You know what I mean? It's like Psalm 23. I'd highly recommend you read that, bro. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be want. He'll lead you, bro. Like, he will be your guidance. Continue to believe in that. Continue to walk in the path. And he's going to speak to you, not just directly, but also through other people. For all you know, he's speaking to you through me. Because at the end of the day, love exists within all of us. So remember that, first and foremost. So don't take this as crap. Take this with serious note, bro, because you never know. You could be sleeping on a message that God is trying to send to you. So be woke and stay woke. As far as all of the fans or people watching this, look, it's gonna show. Tory's gonna win this case. November 18th will come, and Tory will be successful. And I believe prayer is powerful. So if you really want to root, regardless of how you feel about my opinion about Tory Lanez, if at the end of the day you want to see Tory Lanez win and you a fan of him, go watch my November 18th video, and as soon as you press play, it's like 2 minutes long, do a prayer. Because at the end of the day, that video shows that I'm praying with you. So that's gonna make your prayer more powerful. If you want to see him win, do that. I highly recommend that. But yeah, everything will be fine. I know people are worried. He's not gonna serve 23 years. And to me, Meg and Kelsey, God bless them, but they're gonna have to pay for what they did. They let their spitefulness get the best of them, throwing a man under the bus for something he didn't really do. And yeah, you want to be savage? Well, guess what? The savagery will come back and bite you, and let's see how you handle that. But anyways, prayers out to them. Hopefully they can change. I think Meg, to me, she's not even woke yet. And once she really gets off all this bullshit and opens her mind and actually let her, like her little bud, actually blossom into the rose that she can be, to me, I visualize her as something like how I look at Queen Latifah. You know, someone who's beyond her gender, beyond her race. She sees herself as a being on a higher, you know, mentality. Like, she's dope, man. Queen Latifah is so open-minded and well-rounded. I see Meg being like that and even bigger than that. I'm just saying, because she's a rapper, you know, similar to like the Queen, but like Queen Latifah is unique, you know what I mean? And I feel like Meg can be on that path one day too, just believe in it. But at the end of the day, I pray for all of y'all, man, straight up. I pray for everyone. I hope everyone finds peace and happiness in their life. And yeah, if you made it this far, let me know if you did. Comment, tell me that you made it this far. Tell me you, like, I'm at 27 minutes. And I really, really will never forget you. No matter where I've been, whether I'm famous, whether I'm the same like how it is, no matter. I'll always remember you for keeping it real. Alright, it's your boy Drew Blue signing out. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed. And Shawn Cee, if you're watching this, and if you watched it thoroughly, I hope you did, please do your research. Do your research on me. You're too smart and too intelligent to just run your mouth without looking at things through a bigger perspective, like how you do with the way you break down music, man. Alright, it's your boy Drew Blue signing out. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed out there. Alright, deuces.